Boy, do I love fragrances. If you can't tell already by my crippling addiction behind me and this channel's content, I love fragrance. I believe wholeheartedly in the idea that fragrances are works of art and that those who work on these fragrance masterpieces, there's so much time, dedication, and passion that goes into this craft to create the perfect fragrance that reflects how the person is feeling and is a way to boost your mood and also make you feel a specific type of way. While I have been covering a lot of Middle Eastern fragrances lately, I do occasionally love to pick up a niche fragrance. Now, with niche fragrances, of course, they are more expensive, but you are paying more for this brand, this presentation, and you're really paying for that luxury experience. And so sometimes, while it's wonderful to pick up, multiple fragrances in a haul and spend, $150 and get like 6 or 7 different fragrances, sometimes less is more. I don't buy niche fragrances all the time, but when I do, I gotta say, I wear it with pride. And this fragrance is no exception. I gotta say, when I smelled this fragrance, I was completely blown away. I loved the bottle presentation. I love how it smelled on my skin, and something in it just resonated with me, and I feel like I understood. I got what the artist was creating. And because of it, I had to pick it up. Today's masterpiece is Sintra by Memo. So Memo Paris is a Parisian fragrance house, and man, do they make some high quality fragrances. Some of the more well-known ones are African leather or Italian leather. Those are amazing and they smell fantastic on the skin, but something about this one just really spoke to me. As you can see from this presentation, you have a beautiful, intricate and ornate design printed across the top of the box, and it just looks absolutely stunning. It actually is a piece of paper that you can kind of pull off, and I didn't know that. I almost ruined the box. But as you open it up, it's almost like you're opening up and discovering a present. Just look at how amazing this box looks. As you look across this map, you can see all of the beautiful notes and all of the fragrance profiles. I gotta say, it's very creative that they decided to go with this, and I love just looking at this and taking my time to look at all of the different words and all of the different patterns on it, because from a graphic designer standpoint, this is just phenomenal. In addition to that box, you have a beautiful fragrance bottle. It shares that same kind of ornate pattern on the front that almost looks like beautiful glazed terracotta, kind of beautiful handcrafted artesian tiles, like an Italian suite. I am a sucker for teal, gold, and silver. As you can see, I wear my teal and sterling silver pinky ring. You've got a stunning frosted glass with a sort of peach colored juice inside that just looks ultra refreshing and ultra expensive. But man, I gotta say, I am in love with this juice. Sintra has top notes of bergamot, red fruits, petitgrain, and neroli orange blossom, with middle notes of jasmine, milk, cinnamon bark, and rose absolute, and a really pleasing base of balsam, caramel, cedarwood, and musks. So up top, you get a really sweet and seductive, kind of creamy gourmand vibe, but at the same time, you also get a really nice bit of green vegetal facets from the petitgrain. I did notice that when I smelled this in person, maybe the juice was a little bit maturated, it kind of matured, it sat out for a while. I did notice that the petitgrain note was a lot more prominent and it smelled a little bit more green and punchy, but I still have to say it's still here in this brand new bottle. But man, something about that marshmallow accord created by that orange blossom and the Madagascar vanilla, it's sweet and sexy. It's a little bit strange because this does have sort of that feminine kind of whipped cream marshmallow vibe, but at the same time it smells definitely more unisex, and I think anybody can wear this one, and I have worn this one quite a bit. As you can see, I did put a dent in this one just after owning it for a couple weeks. Again, this one is super green and slightly tart up top from that petitgrain, but I think this one has a really unique kind of herbal honey vibe as well, mainly because of that neroli. Sometimes that can have that sort of natural honey facet, and that combined with that marshmallow, vanilla, and the caramel, it just comes off as ultra gourmand. I think as this sort of dries down, you get a little bit more of that summer kind of berries and cream vibe, especially from that kind of berry note up top. In the dry down, I think you get a little bit more of that amber and the musk, but at the same time, that jasmine keeps it smelling very clean and innocent, definitely a little bit soapy, but at the same time, it remains very sweet all the way through. This one actually reminds me a little bit of Parfums de Marly's Oriana and Roge's Reckless. And I think I liked how this one was blended a little bit better. It kind of took the best of both of those, and it took the kind of creamy florals of Parfums de Marly's Oriana and just kind of rounded everything out. And I just love how this one was put together. But seriously, it just remains lactonic and creamy the entire lifetime. It still has that really nice puffy white marshmallow sweetness that you get at the top. So at first glance at the notes, you might think that this is sort of a strange combination of overwhelming sweetness with the resins and orange blossom, and it may be some of the aquatic florals, but I think this one works perfectly here. Just the way that the white florals mix with the creamy gourmand and that really nice green kind of freshly chopped vegetation, it just smells absolutely incredible. I think the neroli also gives it a little bit of a summer kind of aquatic, almost like a sunscreen vibe, because it does have that creaminess, that kind of white waxy floral touch to it, and something just reminds me of eating a vanilla ice cream on a nice hot spring day. I have had a couple people stop and ask me what I'm wearing, because as you walk by, you cannot miss this sillage, this scent bubble, this beautiful scent trail that follows you around like just really thick, luscious hair. I kind of picture Finn's hair from Adventure Time, where it's like super wavy, and yeah, it's oh God, crazy show. But that's kind of what I picture with this, because it trails behind you and you can't help but smell it. Hey guys, Eli from the future here. So apparently I loved how this one smelled so much that I forgot completely to talk about the performance. This stuff can last well over 12 hours, and honestly it's sometimes kind of hard to keep track, especially after that, because who really pays attention at that point? But this stuff sticks to your skin like crazy and projects wonderful for the first probably 5 or 6 hours. This stuff is no joke, and it throws really far. Okay, back to the video. I gotta say, in the past, I used to buy a lot of niche fragrances, and I kind of shifted more to some of these Middle Eastern fragrances because, they're a little bit more affordable. You get a really high quality juice, but I think there's something definitely amazing about buying a high quality fragrance, saving up your money, and just picking up something that you can be proud of. But I think when you pick something like this up, it's definitely rewarding, because you remember all the hard work and the dedication of putting away money and setting it aside and waiting for that fragrance that ticks all your boxes. So I pull this one out when it's a special occasion, or I just want to feel good about myself. It's kind of like that really expensive timepiece or outfit that you just kind of save for a special occasion. And it is a kind of a way to boost your mood and basically just carry yourself a little bit more than you normally would. I will say this one can come off a little bit feminine with those kind of extremely gourmand accords, but I think anybody can wear this one. Again, I've worn this a lot. I've got a lot of compliments, especially from women, and I think it's just a really cool idea to push yourself and try less traditionally masculine fragrances, and wear something that maybe a woman would find comforting or slightly familiar. Maybe if they're spending the night, wear something that they wouldn't mind borrowing or stealing a few sprays from you, because there's something comforting about it, and what's familiar is comforting. But really, really beautiful juice here. And that one is Memo Sintra. So let me know in the comments if you have any amazing niche summertime fragrances that are similar to this one, or if you just know of any nice summer niche fragrances, because I'm always on the hunt for those and I love to kind of pick them up. So that does it for today's video. I hope you enjoyed watching it. Hopefully you learned something new, and just maybe you'll go out and try this one. If you're new to the channel, thank you so much for checking it out. And if you are a regular, thanks so much for sticking around. I have been Eli with Common Sense, and until the next time, bye-bye. I am a sucker for teal. I am a